This Bren guy is like the exact blueprint of the type of guy I would tell my friends to break up with. I've been reading this wrong. This is literally a shit show. Hello besties and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be starting just a reading vlog for the week and I'm so excited about that. It feels like it's been so long since I've done just like a reading vlog, like a week in my life, what I'm reading, how much I read. It's going to be just completely mood reading, which I feel like is what I always do. I'd love to know what side of this you guys are on, but I have never done a monthly TBR or anything like that. I've never felt the need because I do genuinely just mood read. I definitely do have books that are on my radar and sometimes I'm like, oh, I know I want to read that next because like I'm really excited about it or whatever. But yeah, this is just going to be mood reading because that's what I do. She is a mood reader. Very curious to see how much I read because let it be known, I do actually want to say this because I hope you guys know this, like anytime you see reading vlogs and reading videos, because sometimes I think you can see what other people are reading and feel like, oh my god, they are reading so much more than me. I should be reading this much. Why do I not read this fast? Or how am I not getting through this many books? I can tell you guys for a fact, any single reading vlog I do, I read more than I do when I'm not vlogging it. And do not stress, that's not me like putting on the fact that I'm reading or like trying to create an image that's like not true. It is just, see, when you are like reading for something and you're conscious of the fact like I need to read so that there are things to be in the reading vlog, I actually love doing it and it's so good for me because it actually makes me put my phone down and pick up my book instead. I think sometimes when you're not reading for something, I'm really guilty of just like scrolling instead. We all do it, but doing a reading vlog actually keeps me a lot more focused. It just makes me carve out more time to read, which I really enjoy. I just wanted to say that because sometimes I think it's very easy to see how much people are reading and being like, oh, I'm not reading that much, but I definitely feel like everyone locks in a wee bit more when you're doing a reading vlog. That's why I'm like really excited to see how much I read this week because obviously you guys know she's unemployed. She is unemployed right now, so I'm interested to see, do I read more than I thought I would? Do I read kind of the same as usual? So I'm excited to see what books we get through this week. What I am reading at the moment is People in Love by Claire Deverley. So this is her new book and it's the first book I'm reading by her. I think her book before that was Talking at Night, which I did actually buy. The reason I'm reading this first and on my Kindle is because next week I'm going to Book Club Scotland, which is like this Glasgow based book club that they hold in Wonderbar, and it is absolutely brilliant. I've been twice and both times I had such a brilliant time. Such a lovely atmosphere. The vibes are just great. You don't even need to read the books to go, which I absolutely love. I think that makes it so nice and inclusive, but I like reading the book. I get FOMO if I don't. So I started reading it last night and I got like 25 pages in and so far so good. It is a love triangle, I believe. We are following Nora, who has just gotten engaged to her partner of 8 years, but we kind of get introduced to this other boy who's like started messaging her. We don't know much about him yet. I'm getting the impression he's obviously like her first love or something, and he's kind of like popped back into the scene. So it's very interesting. Already I'm getting kind of like Sally Rooney writing vibes. I'm kind of nervous to see how this goes. I think I'm literally just gonna get cuddled up now with my book and sit and read this for a wee while. 30 pages in, the other guy has showed up at their engagement party. I think this is about to start getting interesting. Hello besties, it's night time now and we're about to do some more reading. Since I last spoke to you guys, I've literally developed a cold and I feel actually rubbish. You guys will know if you saw my vlog just before this that I was in London to see Harry Styles and then literally came home from London, then went straight out to watch Scotland's first World Cup game in 28 years, which wasn't on until 2 AM, so we were like out all night. It was a super busy weekend, so definitely like my body is obviously just run down, because then this morning when I woke up I was like, oh my god, do I have a 2-day hangover because I feel so like shattered and just so sluggish this morning. The day's gone on, I've felt worse and worse, and my bones are aching, and I've got a sore throat, and my nose hasn't stopped running. I've got a little lemon and honey like hot water drink, which I actually love. I've not had this in ages, so I'm really excited to have it. And we're just gonna curl up and do some more reading. I got to like page 70 earlier in the book, but then I actually had to stop reading it because I was falling asleep, and I was like, I want to get a good night's sleep tonight, so I don't want to nap. But as I mentioned to you guys, it's like kind of a love triangle we've got going on. And something I'm really enjoying is we are actually getting all three perspectives from each person in the situation, which I really like. I did not expect that. I thought it would only be from Nora's perspective. I think I told you guys that the author's style of writing is kind of like Sally Rooney vibes. There's no quotation marks, and sometimes I think that makes the writing feel quite impersonal. And so I was a bit nervous because I was like, I hope I still feel like I'm gonna get to know the characters, and I feel like getting all three perspectives will actually really help me with this situation we're in of like Nora's engaged to this guy. And from what we've seen so far, we're only 70 pages in, but this guy seems like a good guy, like a stand-up guy. He doesn't seem like this is deserved or anything. Mind you, we're only 70 pages in. It's clear there are some lingering feelings for someone else. I feel like we need the perspective of all three people in this situation because it's a messy situation, and I don't want to like hate the main characters. So I think being in each of their perspectives and like understanding the decisions they're making and like how they're kind of navigating everything, I'm hoping that's going to help me connect with the characters. So I am just going to drink my little honey tea, get some more reading done. I don't know how much I'll get done because honestly I am so tired tonight, but we'll just see. 9 times out of 10 I do like to listen to music when I'm reading, especially if it's like a sit down like proper reading session we're going for. I like to have music. I do have a little playlist, a reading playlist called Rain and Reading, which I've had for years, and I usually love listening to that. Tonight though, am I putting on my Michael Jackson playlist? Sue me. But I am. Ever since the movie came out, I've been back in my Michael Jackson era. Anyone who knows me from when I was younger knows I was like obsessed with Michael Jackson as a child. I used to be a super fan, and then I was a really big fan in high school, and I've always still loved his music, but like I just don't really think about him. However, ever since that movie came out, something's unlocked in the brain again, so I'm going to read and listen to some Michael Jackson. Been reading for like an hour now. I am so tired. I'm about to go to bed, but I made it to page 144. This is literally a shit show. Can confirm so far that the guy who she's engaged to seems really nice and like a real stand-up guy. So it's obviously like difficult to read about this like emotional cheating that's going on with her in this like her first love. And I kind of hate that because I'm usually never ever on the side of the man in the situation, but I do feel bad for him, and it's like so uncomfortable to read about because a lot of it's like happening right in front of his face, so it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I kind of couldn't put it down there. I'm shattered and I feel rubbish, so I'm just gonna go and try and get a good night's sleep, and then we can continue the book tomorrow. Good morning besties. I am literally feeling like death today, as you can probably hear. I didn't really sleep well. I was like tossing and turning, but it was so funny because I would wake up, like I woke up like 3 or 4 times in the middle of the night. Every single time I woke up I would reach for my iPad and put on Every Summer After again. I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. Like literally every time I woke up I'd be like, okay, well might as well put on Every Summer After, and then I'd only go like 10 minutes before I fell asleep. I think the only thing that's gonna make me feel even slightly better right now is a scalding hot shower, so that's what we're gonna do. The shower has made us feel somewhat more alive. got my toast, peanut butter, banana and a little honey and lemon drink again, and whilst I eat that we're gonna watch some more Every Summer After. I'm currently on episode 4, so gonna go eat my food and enjoy this.
I thought about swimming across it.
We've made it out of bed. We are on the armchair. I actually felt as though I needed to get out of bed so that I could, like, I don't know, I was like more uncomfortable being in bed. I feel like it was making me feel more blocked up, more just like uncomfortable. So she is in her armchair now. I finished episode 4 of Every Summer After. I actually keep calling it that because that's a book, but it's Every Year After the show's called. I think they're doing such a good job with it, and I think I'm especially enjoying it because I just read the book. Like, I'm picking up on all the details because it's so fresh in my memory. As always with every like Prime Video TV series adaptation, the budget they must have for the music is insane. I'm loving that with Every Year After, and I'm just obsessed with it. I read a bit more of my book this morning. Let's see how much I read. I was kind of like half asleep reading it, but we are now at page 163. Yeah, this book is stressing me because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like the way it's gonna go. This Bren guy is like the exact blueprint of the type of guy I would tell my friends to break up with, or like I would hear my friends talk about it and I'd be like, he sounds like a loser. We've still not heard like the full story yet, but Bren and Nora were like together whatever all these years ago, and then something really tragic happened to Bren and Bren's family, and basically as soon as it happened he booked a flight and left and just like ran away from the entire thing. It's just like loser behaviour. Just even when he's came back, he just sounds like a loser. He feels pretentious to me, like, and it really feels as though he's like looking down on Nora for the life she's having. Like, he's just kind of like, we wanted to travel the world together, like you never wanted to get married and now you're getting married. But then I also feel like Nora is kind of uncertain since Bren has came back, and it's like annoying me because I'm like, why are you letting this guy like make you feel as though the life you've chosen isn't enough? I have no idea where this is gonna go, so I'm gonna do a wee bit more reading now and see how much further we get through. Hello besties, it's the next day and I finished People in Love last night, and I'm excited to give you guys my thoughts because I feel like I have had such like an emotional roller coaster with this book of like how I feel about it. The book itself, firstly, is the biggest emotional roller coaster. Like, I cannot even explain the highs and lows of this book. You just never know where it's gonna go next. But even just like how I felt about it myself, I feel like you guys will have seen that throughout the book, that I just like couldn't really form an opinion on it. And here's what I came to the conclusion to. Like, I really sat on this, and it's so great to realise this like in the middle of reading the book, that I've been reading this wrong. So what I was kind of telling you guys is like, this is sort of like a love triangle. It's kind of like lit fic love triangle. I think I just like had that in my head, and it is, by the way, like there's two sort of love interests, and yes, whilst that might be like part of the plot of like who's she gonna choose, she clearly has love for like both of these people. I feel like having that in mind has just like gave me sort of a warped perspective on the book, and it was more just like annoying me more than anything because I was like, she's got this great guy and this person from her past came back who kind of seems like a bit of a loser, and like it was just annoying me more than anything. And I feel like sort of 80% through I realised like, yes, there is a love triangle in this, but this book is not about that. It's more just there for us all to discuss and us all to think about like what it means to love someone and loving someone as a choice rather than something that just happens to us. I feel like it also is just about life and like how things can take us by surprise, and there's definitely an element of like the Sylvia Plath fig tree quote. They actually mention it in the book of like all the paths you could have taken. You can't take every path, and there's always going to be like what ifs in life. I feel like this story is so much more about Nora like going on that journey within herself and like coming to these realizations and figuring these things out more than it is about who is she going to choose in the end. And that's what I really liked about it in the end. Probably that is like the way the book is designed to make you feel like it is supposed to be this highs and lows and why are they doing this, why are they thinking that, oh my god, thank god, oh my god, wish they hadn't done that. Like, it's such a mix of emotions you feel up until the very last page, and that has made me really love it. I didn't think, I was kind of going through this book thinking it was going to be like a 3 stars, but I think now I would give it a 4 stars because of just the way it ended. I really liked the messaging of the book. So yeah, I really liked this book. Even though this wasn't like my ultimate favourite read, I really appreciate this book, and I think there will be people who absolutely fall in love with this book, so I would definitely recommend it. So the next book on the list that I'm going to be reading in this vlog is one that I have honestly been wanting to read for so long, and I've kind of been scared to pick up, but I'm going to do it today because I think it's totally what I'm in the mood for. We're finally going to read The Mad Wife. This is a book I have heard so many people raving about, just saying it's such a crazy book. I have wanted to read this for a while, but I honestly thought I never would because, guys, I am the biggest scaredy cat in the world, and it's why I actually don't read a lot of thrillers. I really enjoy a thriller, but the time has to be right for me to read it because I genuinely get so scared and like easily spooked by them. And I think because I like read at night a lot, I can't read them at night. If I ever read a thriller, it tends to be if I am like binging it, and I'll binge it during the day or on a flight or something, or on holiday, or like when I'm like staying with someone else. If I'm by myself, I cannot read thrillers. But I read Yesteryear not that long ago, like less than a month ago, and it's been one of my favourite reads of the year so far. Absolutely amazing, could not put it down. This gives me similar vibes, which is why I decided to eventually buy this. Honestly, I'm just so in the mood right now to be completely like hooked by a book and just want to pick it up all the time and just be immersed in it. That's what I'm in the mood for, like a book that I kind of want to binge. Honestly, don't know too much about it. I believe it is like a woman who is like this perfect sort of housewife. That's kind of all I know, and then it's like thrillery vibes. People have compared it to the movie Don't Worry Darling, which I went to see years ago, and I did like it. I wasn't like blown away by it or anything. I was just there for Harry Styles, obviously. But yeah, I like the vibes of this. I'm excited to give it a read, and yeah, we're just gonna get all cozy and sit and read this, and we'll see how much I can get rid of this today. We need to get the cozy rain ambience on because it's Scotland, so we're trying to romanticise the fact that it's literally summertime and it won't stop raining. I'm already obsessed with this. Literally, like the first page, it's a weekly checklist to become the perfect housewife. Daily tasks: make bed, load of laundry, pick up clutter, wash dishes, wipe counter, stay sane and smile. I think the reason I'm so excited to pick up a book like this, and also why I loved Yesteryear so much, is because my For You page genuinely is full of people trying to convince you that like this is a life. This is no accident that people are writing books like this now, because genuinely like the comeback of all this like trad wife conservatism is actually sending me over the edge. So that's why I'm eating books like this up right now, because it really is gonna sort of show the reality of this sort of life. Good morning, divas. Time for a little reading update. Let me just say, see, after those clips I filmed last night, I am not joking, I sat up until midnight reading this book, and I got to page 181, chapter 18. I was invested in this. It's kind of crazy because it's a lot different than I thought. I thought it would be super thrillery from the beginning, and it definitely doesn't feel like that. It's like building up to something. I can feel it. I can feel there is going to be some sort of like twist, and like something's going to be revealed. It is starting to get a little bit freaky. We're following Lulu, and she is just like the typical perfect 1950s housewife. She does everything to run her household perfectly. Her mother-in-law gave her like a checklist of everything she should be doing every single day to keep the house perfect for her husband, and for a while like she's been doing this, and then things just start going like wrong for her. She is like starting to struggle to put up with sort of this lifestyle, and I think back in these days, it is described as hysteria. It's described as being an unhappy housewife, and I think it's just like how most people would feel being in her position. That's kind of been it so far. Like, there's been nothing super thrillery about it. It's more just following her sad life that she's living. However, she has sort of been like seeing things, and there's something about her new neighbours that aren't quite adding up and making sense, and she's sort of starting to look into that, so I think something to do with that is gonna like change things for her. But yeah, that's how far I've gotten in so far. I really am invested. I'm so curious to see like where this is gonna go. I'll go make some breakfast and out, and then we're just gonna curl up with the book and see how much we can get read. I feel like I'm kind of on a roll this week. We just finished The Madwife. We have finished our second book of the vlog, and I have so many thoughts on this. I don't know if the theme of this video is just like reading books the wrong way and like going in with a completely like warped perspective of what the book actually is. Once again, I went into this saying to you guys like, oh, this is a thriller, hope it's not too scary, like I think it's gonna be exactly like yesteryear. Sorry, I'm gonna move because this is very shaky. But yeah, I don't think I've just like got the thriller thing out of thin air. I feel like it's definitely marketed as a thriller. I guess it kind of is, but it's not like the thriller you're sort of expecting with lots of like crazy twists and turns. There is a crazy twist in this which blindsided me, didn't see coming. Surprised I didn't, because I have read a similar sort of twist in books before. I personally loved this book. I really thought this was such a brilliantly done book, and I think it just wasn't what I expected, which threw me for a little bit. But I don't even want to like go into too much detail on like what this book was more sort of, because I don't want to spoil anything. But I'd say this is much less a thriller and more just like a commentary on what life was like for women in the 1950s, which I think you would sort of expect that anyway, but that is all I would probably say about it. I think it's better to go into this blind with no expectations. This was a 4 stars. Do kind of feel like the ending was a little bit anticlimactic. I think it was probably realistic, but yeah, the ending I was just a bit like, oh, okay. I really enjoyed this. The fact I read this in less than 24 hours will keep you hooked. Solid 4 stars. For our next read, we are going to be reading one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and that is The Bright Years. And I actually felt like this would be a perfect little book to pick up because it's kind of short. It's like 260 odd pages, and since we only have like a day and a half left of the vlog, I was like, maybe I could get this done in time for the vlogs, because I like giving you guys like my complete thoughts on a book rather than just starting it and not finishing it. I believe this is just like contemporary fiction, family drama. I believe there's some romance in here. I'm not too sure what to expect, but I'm just gonna go in blind. Hopefully we'll get a good bit of this read today. Hello besties, happy Friday and reading update time. So I had originally planned to only do this vlog as like a what I read in like a work week, Monday to Friday. That's how I like doing most vlogs anyway, but I had especially planned to do it for this vlog because tomorrow and then Sunday, this is like my birthday weekend, and I'm going to be filming another vlog of me rereading my favourite books for my birthday. So I need to like start that tomorrow. So this was originally supposed to be my last day of reading, and then as you guys know, last night I started The Bright Years, read like 40 pages of that, and I am enjoying it so far. But then when I was getting into bed, I was like, I'm not really in the mood to pick this up, and I thought, why not get a head start on reading the book I'm going to be reading for my birthday, which is Some Kind of Perfect, which as you can see is a beast. It's like 800 pages, so I was like, I'm gonna get a wee head start on this. And guys, I'm gonna be so real with you, I read 244 pages of the book in 2 sittings. Literally last night I read like 180 pages, and then this morning I read the other 60 pages. I have not been able to stop thinking about this book since I picked it up, and I'm just kind of like in the mood for this now. And I feel like yesterday I was enjoying The Bright Years and like what I was reading of it, but I could tell I kind of wasn't in the mood. Like, I don't think I'm in the mood for a serious book right now. I think I am literally just ready to be reunited with like my best friends of my favourite book series, and I have been wanting to read this for so long that I don't want to force it and then not enjoy it as much because I'm not in the mood for it. Therefore, I have decided I'm gonna continue with Some Kind of Perfect, but of course I am reading this for another vlog. So we're gonna wrap up this reading vlog vlog here so that I can continue my next one, which will be up shortly after you guys have seen this vlog anyway. So it will technically be like a continuation of this vlog because I'm literally starting it like right now. But yeah, I'm trying to keep this as realistic as possible. I don't want to force myself to read the other book for the sake of the video. It is just a wee realistic what I'm reading in the week, so that's why we're going to wrap up a little bit early. So let's actually discuss how much I have read this week because I'm kind of curious to actually add up all the numbers. Okay, I've added it all up. So with me reading the entirety of People in Love, the entirety of The Madwife, the 42 pages I read from The Bright Years, and the 244 pages that I've read from Some Kind of Perfect so far, I've read 967 pages this week, which is definitely more than I thought I would. That is definitely a good reading week for me, and this is once again what I was sort of saying at the start of the video. I feel like a reading vlog is so good because it really makes me prioritise reading and just spend more time reading and less time on my phone, which is just why I love doing a reading vlog so much. So I'm very happy with that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Please let me know if you want more of these like what I read in a week type vlogs. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you next week for another video.